Today I've got another review for you guys. I'm going to be looking at the Callaway AI300 from part of their Apex range. I think as you get into long grinds, this would really fill you with confidence. And I've air-mailed that one. They actually feel fantastic, I have to say. Might be a little bit too long. Really impressed with the feedback on them. I would say this is for the golfer who's definitely looking for more distance. I would actually say that the Apex, the AI300 actually felt. Okay guys, so looking at the Apex Forged AI300 series. Apex, it's been around now for several generations. I've actually played Apex myself. I've played Apex Pros, and in the long grinds, I've played the Apex series all the way back to 2014. And in fact, they're currently in the bag, to be completely frank and honest with you guys. I've absolutely loved them. So I've always had a keen eye whenever Apexes are being released, just to see if I can tempt me into a new set, let's say. So I was really intrigued when the Forged came out and when the AI200 came out. And as much as I wanted to really enjoy them, I didn't get on with them as well as I would say other product in the market. But I'm really intrigued to hit these ones because it's just about where this sits in the market right now. I have to be completely honest with you. I don't know where this is gonna sit. As I mentioned, I've hit the Elite and I see that as a game improvement iron. And although it's a very sleek, good looking improvement iron, it pretty much that's the golfer that it's aimed at, right? Then you've got your Apex Pro. Well, you know, I guess the clue is in the title there, who it's aimed at. It's definitely the more accomplished ball striker and player. It was a more compact head, a little less offset, looked fantastic, performed really strongly as well. And then they had the 200 and the 300, and I just wondered exactly, you know, who those two irons were aimed at. You know, somebody who's played an Apex Pro combo set, I used to split the set at about 5 irons, so 4 iron, 5 iron in the Apex, standard Apex, and then from 6 down in the Apex Pros. And I'm just wondering whether this would be the same thing as what I would do in a 200. I didn't find the 200 performed as well as I wanted for me personally. And this looks like it plays with quite a lot of offset from what I can see so far. So it'd be interesting to see what the data comes out at. But let's talk about a little bit about the information and the facts on here. So 455 forged face. They've always had effectively sort of carpenter steel faces here injected into cast bodies. That's typically what Callaway have always done with this sort of series here. They've also got MIM involved here now, which is material injection. So you also get that on their wedges with the new Opus Platinum range, where they're strategically placing weight inside of the head, because this is effectively a hollow head now, right, as well. And what that allows me to do is, obviously you can see there's a lot of mass here behind the hitting area, but internally as well, there'll be tungsten weighting and different materials to really stabilize that head as well. And that's one thing I would say from when I tested the AI200, it was a very stable head. It definitely, I thought in that part of the market, against some of the other competition it was up against, the T200, the i530 from Ping as well, I did find that the Apex was very stable. It was a slightly bigger footprint, bigger top line, bigger heel to toe, certainly. And because of that, I did find it was a little bit more stable as well, which is quite interesting. So it'll be interesting to see if this takes that to another level. Technically, I think this is aimed at the guy who traditionally in the past would have played the Apex range, but it definitely looks like it plays a little bit more offset, and that is worth noting that it looks like it's got a lot more offset there. So offset is the angle from the hosel and where it meets that front line. The front line is set back. When it's set back, that means you've got more offset on the golf club. Offset does two things: helps the face square up, so it can eliminate misses to the right-hand side, and it also drops the center of gravity a little bit further back as well, so it can help with initial launch on your golf shots as well. So from a fitting perspective, whenever I had anybody in the bay, if they really struggled to generate launch on their irons, or if they were leaving shots to the right-hand side consistently, sometimes offset could really help with that particular golfer, and that would be something a head like this would be something that I would reach for personally. But yeah, you know, it's very similar construction to what they've had in the past. They've got an AI face on here, so everything now Callaway is AI, the drivers, the irons, everything's AI, artificial intelligence, and they're really trying to get as much ball speed and performance across the face as they possibly can. It's got a nice satin look to it. It's a good looking iron. I've got the dynamic gold mid 90, so this is a little bit on the light side for me. So I'll hit a couple at my full speed, and then I'll bring the speed back to where I think this shaft setup would work best, which is probably going to be about 20% off my top speed of around 88 miles an hour with a 7 iron. Base loft on this is 29, so it's about 3 degrees stronger than what I typically play myself. So I've got the foresight range behind me set up at 168 yards for 6 iron, which has been my usual carry number. Let's see if this is going any further. Let's see where the launch and the spin is at. Okay guys, so let's hit some shots. So initial thoughts down by the golf ball. Definitely more offset than what I'd be used to looking at. And that does give me the impression that I might hit this one left, certainly. I would say mid to thick top line on here, but it gives you that confidence as well. Certainly, I think as you get into long grinds, this would really fill you with confidence. I quite like the satin look of it, but let's see how it sounds. Let's see how it feels. So as mentioned, 168 my usual carry, and I've air-mailed that one, which is kind of what I was expecting. Yeah, so it's about 1 club longer, which technically makes sense because it's nearly the loft of my 6-iron, my current gaming 6-iron anyway, which is 28, but that's gone 178 yards there through the air. So they go a long way, that's for sure. They actually feel fantastic, I have to say. Really impressed with the feedback on them. For something that's so quick, I can still feel where that is on the face. I'm now gonna drop the speed down a little bit because I've played a couple there at my full speed, and I'm on the outer limits of what the shaft can handle, I would say. So let me now bring the speed back down to where I typically expect. So I'm at usually about 88 miles an hour with 7-iron. I think I need to be closer to maybe 70, 75, maybe to 80 for the golfer who might really suit this. So let's see if I can do that for you. So again, I'm probably gonna be looking at trying to just get onto the front of the green, I would say. Might be a little bit too long. That's not too bad. So that's almost the sort of speed I'd want that player to be swinging at if I'm putting this into their hands there. And again, it feels very quick off the face. Certainly you can see it gives a very penetrating flight. So I would say this is for the golfer who's definitely looking for more distance as well, but it feels very good off the face. Let's just see if I can maneuver it at all. Okay guys, so give that a bit of a test there for you. Hit some at my standard speed. And in that regard, I'll throw the data up below. It's basically my gamer 6-iron, right? It's 122 mile an hour ball speed. What I would say is the launch is up, so we're up to 20 degrees in terms of that launch. And that is a bit higher than what I would typically get out of my 6-iron, but the compensation for that is the spin has come down, and that's what I would expect from an iron like this where the face is thinner. Obviously, with the offset and the deeper center of gravity, shaft as well will be contributing towards this, but that will give me the launch. And then because of the thinner face, because of the construction of this head, that takes the spin off of it as well. So you can see here that my launch was in around 20 degrees, but the spin was sub 5,000. It was 4,800 thereabouts as an average. And that is definitely below where even my 6-iron would be. So that's the compensation. It was going about my 6-iron length at 178 yards as an average for the full speed shots that I hit. Then I took a little bit of speed off of it, and I think this probably as an iron would be great for the golfer who lives between sort of 105 ball speed and maybe 115. Wants something that's very, very forgiving, very consistent across the face. Maybe wants to try and keep up with their pals, so wants a bit of additional ball speed. And if they hit it high because they produce a lot of dynamic loft, in terms of they don't lean the shaft, they sort of come this way, then actually the lack of spin might be a good thing for that golfer. Also, if you're somebody where you're looking for the ball speed, but you're looking for some launch in the longer irons as well, that might be a great option for you. I would say probably sits above where the old Callaway Apex series used to. It's definitely a bit bigger in terms of the visual of it and the offset. I'd say the AI200 is closer to the old traditional Apex series from 14, 16, 18, I would say. Would almost say that was as forgiving as the Elite iron that I hit when I did the Big 4 challenge in the game improvement irons. I think certainly the same golfer could look at that as an option as well. I think it would just come down to a visual thing at that point in time, but performance-wise, pretty similar, I have to say. I would actually say that the Apex, the AI300 actually felt better than the Elite, in my opinion. But guys, let me know, have you tried that as an iron? What did you think? Have you played the Apex ranging before? Is this something that's on your radar to try this year? Are you in the market for some game improvement irons? What's been your sort of findings with it as well? Really interested to always hear from you guys. Please let me know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed the content there, please smash the like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel so you get any updates and any notifications for when we drop our next reviews as well. Guys, really enjoyed that. Surprised me. Let me know what have you guys experienced with it as well. Look forward to seeing you all at the next review. Cheers.